Everyone knows JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for its poses, for its art, for its flamboyancy. But others also know JoJo's Bizarre Adventure for its fights. Some fights are good, other fights are bad, and some are just in between. And today I wanted to talk about some of my favorite fights within the animated parts of JoJo's Bizarre Adventures. So that's going from Phantom Blood all the way to Stone Ocean. With that being said, let's get started with the part that started it all. My second favorite fight in all of Phantom Blood is Jonathan versus Buford. I think this fight is a really good fight. It's so good, in fact, it made Buford like a likable character to the point where people actually know who he is from Phantom Blood. A lot of people can't say that from Phantom Blood. But no, the fight's really good. I like how strong and how all over the place it kind of is. And also seeing how Jonathan get pushed like this, because of course, like how strong he's gonna be going up against Thea. I feel like this Buford fight was a really good like benchmark for it. Of course, the fight after that was a way better benchmark, but yeah, this was just a really good fight. Also, just getting to know Buford's character and what like how he even got to this place, and knowing he's somebody who have like honor, and how he left Jonathan a present, like a lasting present that he used in the end of Phantom Blood. Like, yes, I had to put this fight up there. Also, yeah, the OVA, I want to say the OVA or the Phantom Blood movie, like the animation on it, I'm gonna put it on screen, but the animation when they went to the water is so beautiful. I wish I could see that fight. And my number one fight in Phantom Blood is, of course, Theo versus Jonathan. And this is the one on the ship, the one where it took down our beautiful king, Jonathan Joestar. And where Theo unfortunately started his plan to move into part 3. So yeah, it's a really good fight, super emotional fight. One that caught me by surprise. I thought Theo was fucking dead. When he came back, I was super shocked. So I had to put this up here. It's a really good fight. Super emotional fight, I would say. Also pretty short, if I remember correctly. But yeah, a fight nonetheless. It literally leads us to part 2. Speaking of part 2, my second favorite fight in Battle Tendency is Joseph versus Strazo. And alright, so here's my thing about this fight. Just seeing how Strazo like was with Jonathan. He's somebody who helped Joseph's grandfather. And also somebody who raised his mother, Lisa, like his own. So the fact that we see Strazo even like go from betraying his friends to betraying his family is super insane. And also, not to mention that Joseph was pulling off some bullshit in this fight. We got the Tommy gun scene, we got the grenade scene where Strazo shot the laser out of his eye, then Joseph used the cup to wrap it around. Joseph was on 10 with pulling out bullshit out his ass in this fight. And then we seen the iconic Joestar technique. My number one favorite fight in Battle Tendency is Wamu versus Joseph. Now I know a lot of people will probably think, oh, Cars versus Joseph will probably be number one. Okay, I do like that fight, but don't get me wrong, I think Wamu versus Joseph hit a little harder. I kind of fuck with the concept of the race and how creative both of them had to get. Well, mainly Joseph, how creative and just how like whimsical he had to get in order for these attacks to work. Like, Joseph had to pull shit out his fucking ass. And I feel like a lot of people downplay, because I downplay Joseph's, like, how smart he is. But, like, the scene with Caesar's headband, like, that's some smart ass shit. And then the ricochet shot, like, that's, like, you're just not getting away with that with just pure luck. Which I do think Joseph have. Like, he have a lot of luck, especially in part 2. He was getting off some bullshit, and the universe literally helped him during the Cars fight. That has to be straight luck. But no, yeah, Joseph was pulling out some things. He had to get ultra creative for this fight, and it's nice to see more of a tactical fight like that instead of just straight hand-to-hand combat. My second favorite fight in Stardust Crusaders is Theo versus the Crusaders. Now, before you comment, let me explain. I like this fight. This is probably the most iconic fight in all of JoJo's. I am including, you know, Theo versus Kakyoin, Theo versus Polar, Theo versus Joseph, like everybody's in there. He went against all of them. So Theo going against the entirety of the Crusaders. It's a really good fight. I really enjoy it. We have some crazy iconic moments. Of course, Theo going up and punching the shit out of Kakyoin and killing him. Joseph getting the blood sucked out of him. And Jotaro getting time stop. There's so many iconic things that happen. And of course, we can't forget the iconic panel that's not an anime for some reason, but the iconic panel. So I will give it some points for that, even though we are talking about anime. But yeah, I don't know. The fight's cool. It's cool. I like it. I do like it. I can see how this will be somebody's number one. But unfortunately, I am a biased fanboy because my number one favorite fight in all of Stardust Crusaders is Pet Shop versus Iggy. Now listen. We cannot act like this fight was not cool, bro. This fight was super cool. We didn't really get to see Iggy in action, for real. So to be able to see him fight a one-on-one fight, and the fact that it's against this murderous ass fucking hawk, and it's so gruesome. And I slick thought Iggy was gonna fucking die here. I did not know how he was gonna survive this fight. The fight is super crazy. Super cool to see a fight between two animals. I think that's the first time we ever seen a fight between two animals on JoJo's. And I don't know, I just love this fight. It's one of the fights I always go back to. I always remember Pet Shop getting his fucking beak crushed by Iggy. I remember Iggy having to rip his paw off. There's so many things I remember about this fight. Yeah, I don't know. It's my favorite fight. It has to be. And also, I love Iggy to death. I love him so much. I literally have a OC of him just on my channel throughout all my shorts. Or no, not all my shorts, but a good bit of my shorts early in my career. So yeah, I love Iggy. Moving on to Diamond is Unbreakable. My number two favorite fight in Diamond is Unbreakable is the Morio Warriors, some of them, not all of them, versus Yuya Fumigimi, the dude that had Highway Star. That fight is super good. I mean, the reason I include the Morio Warriors because it's like three of them in the fucking fight. We got Rohan, which he's not really in the fight, but he is there. We have Kakyoin, who's not kinda in the fight, but he do help a little bit. And then we also have the main person in the fight, which is Josuke. And I might I say, this is less of a fight and more so of like trying to escape the stand. So look, if you want to count this as a fight, that's up to you, bro. I count this as a fight because the stakes are at hand. This stand can literally run. Let me look this up real quick. So Josuke is going against a stand that can run up to 60 miles per hour. So this entire fight is Josuke using crazy diamonds in the most creative ways possible to get the fuck away from this stand that one, have an enhanced sense of smell, two, can dismember its body, and three, if it gets you, it absorb your nutrients and can fucking kill you. Josuke had to literally steal a fucking motorcycle and just maneuver around this stand. And bro, this fight is crazy. It's one of my favorite fights to watch in all of Diamond is Unbreakable. Of course, there's other fights I probably would have put up here, but this is my list, and this is one of my favorite fights. I kind of like seeing Josuke be like really creative. Not saying he's not creative with Crazy Diamond throughout all of Diamond is Unbreakable, but in this fight, he was showing that shit off. Breaking the bike when he saw the baby in the road, then putting it back together, fucking breaking the door off in the car, then putting it back together when Highway Star was in there, taking the gas out the car the way he did, just doing all that shit. All of it was super insane. And then we get to the most iconic part where where everybody know the meme like, oh, it smells like one of you ladies on your period. Who is it? And he's like, it's me. Like, bro, I real or not, that's hard as shit. We gotta go to number one. And a lot of people already know what number one is. It's the Morio Warriors versus Kira. And what I mean by this is it's the final fight, you know, the one when Kira fucking dies. I would still say it's more Josuke than like Morio Warriors. Well, of course they do come in and help, but overall this fight's really good. We got some iconic scenes from it. Star Platinum Zoroardo, of course. Echo's 8-3 crushing Kira's hand. Fucking don't even start on one of my favorite panels of all time, where Josuke said, "Bring out Killer Queen." Like, that's some hard ass shit, bro. It was such a crazy fight. And then one of my favorite JoJo moments is from this fight. Is when Kira used the final bites to dust. But the thing is, he fucking died. So in his head, he used the final bites to dust. But in reality, he got ran over. And I just love that fact. It's so funny. It's one of my favorite fun facts about JoJo's, because it's so stupid, but it's such a cool scene. Moving on to Golden Wind. My number 2 favorite fight in Golden Wind is Diavolo versus the crew. Yeah, this fight's really good. A whole bunch of crazy shit happened in it. Of course, we get the iconic fucking infinite death scene. We get the iconic Silver Chariot Requiem, a fucking broken stand that don't get talked about enough. Yeah, there's a lot of things that happen in this fight. Crazy things that happen in this fight. Fucking, like, Naracha fucking dying out of nowhere. Like, super, one of the quickest deaths, and probably, very close to Abdol. But not that quick, but super close. But yeah, just a lot of shit happened in this fight. Just know a lot of shit happened in this fight. It's too much. They also had to deal with the body swapping because of fucking Silver Chariot Requiem. Then the whole stand arrow mess. There was a whole bunch of shit that happened. And then like 2 characters figuring out what Diavolo move was. It's like that nigga was spamming the fuck out of that shit to the point where Polnareff and Jorno was able to detect it like super quickly. So yeah, crazy fight, of course. Crazy ending to a fight with the infinite death scene. And yeah, I don't know, a lot of people might be shocked that this is not number 1, and that's because number 1 is Doppio versus Risotto. Now listen, this fight is just clean, animation wise clean. Risotto is such a cool character, and just seeing how Doppio had to deal with this while also holding his stand back for a little bit because he's only able to use Epitaph in a little bit of King Crimson. It's such a unique fight. And also they gotta hide from fucking Naracha stand, which is going around just shooting shit. So yeah, it's a crazy fight, super crazy fight. And might I mention, I already said this already, probably some of the best animation I ever seen on a fucking JoJo's Bizarre Adventure fight. If you have not watched any other JoJo fight, well, one, you should watch all of them. Go to Phantom Blood. But if you want to get into JoJo's, like for real, bro, this is the Kakashi versus Obito type of thing. Like, go watch Risotto versus Doppio. It might not make no fucking sense, but twin, this fight is so beautifully animated, dog. And Metallica looked like such a broken stand to the point where Doppio could have fucking died here very easily if he did not, if it wasn't for fucking Naracha. Moving on to the last animated part until we get more episodes for Steel Ball Run, Stone Ocean. And my second favorite fight in Stone Ocean might actually shock a lot of you, but it is Westwood versus Jolene. And for those who don't know what I'm talking about, that's the security guard that had Planet Waves versus Jolene. Now, a good bit of y'all might be saying, why this fight? Bro, it's one of the most brutal fucking fights we ever had in all of JoJo's. The things that Jolene was doing with Stone Free to this man was insane. The fact that there was 3 stands in this fight, which is Survivor, Stone Free, and Planet Waves. The fact that Planet Waves is one of the coolest stand names ever. It's such a really cool stand. And it was, I don't know, it was just a really cool fight. It wasn't that long in particular, but it was a really cool fight to a point where it stuck with me. Like the scene where he's getting his fucking toenail ripped off and getting fucking Stone Free strings like stuck inside his hand. And then another thing, he might be like the most physically gifted stand user. When I say this, I mean he's like physically athletic, like super like strong, like hand-to-hand combat without a stand. He will be really fucking cool. So seeing a hand-to-hand combat with a little bit of stands, it's such a really good, that's such a, we need more of that in JoJo's. That's such a really good, like, it's super good. And then number 1, of course, everybody should know what number 1 is. It's Eriko Pucci versus the crew. And I'm talking about when he acted, well, mainly the end, when he got like Sea Moon and everything. A lot of cool things happened during this fight. Of course, Made in Heaven. Sea Moon is one of my favorite things. I think that fight was really cool. See how Jolene used her intelligence and just fight IQ to go against this fucking super impossible stand. And then just seeing the crew just experience like every stage of grief or just every stage of acceptance, knowing that Eriko Pucci is sending it way too far for them to stop them. And just seeing how Jolene came up with a plan to set Emporio like with the best, just the easiest fucking alley ever. All Emporio had to do was dunk that bitch, and he dunked it and killed Eriko Pucci. Yeah, this fight is amazing. Probably the most this should be one of the most iconic fights in JoJo's, because Made in Heaven is such a cool stand. fucking seeing how Anasui was actually doing a lot and protecting Jotaro a lot during this fight was really cool. Seeing how they mix burning down the house with Kiss was really cool, and they actually helped them get away from Poochie for a good bit of times. And yeah, just overall, this fight was really good. Probably one of my favorite fights of all of JoJo's. Yeah, definitely #1 on my list for Stone Ocean. How do y'all feel about the list? Let me know how you would have your top 2 fights in every part of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure in the comment below. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope y'all have a wonderful day.